Meta ads are one of the most powerful ways for small businesses to get customers, but they can feel overwhelming. There are always new tools, new rules, and everyone has opinion on what works. Hi, I'm Jason, and today I'm going to walk you through how to use Meta ads step by step without the guesswork or a wasted budget. The first thing we want to do is connect our Facebook pixel, which is also called a Meta pixel, to our website. All this does is allows Facebook to track the activities on our website. And the reason why we do this is when somebody clicks on our Facebook ad, we want to see what they end up doing on our website. So do they add something to our cart? Do they purchase? Do they just browse and then leave? We want to know the information. This way we know which ads are working. So our first stop is to set this up, and that can be the Facebook Events Manager. So you can search that in Google if you want. And it'll bring you to this website. So all we're going to do is click Connect Data. And I'm using web because I'm using the Shopify store. If you have any of these, that's what you want to click on. But for this example, we're going to use web. We're going to uncheck this one. So for my name, I'm going to put in name of my store and Shopify, just in case I ever change from Shopify and use something else. I know where this data is being stored. Click Create. What we can put next is Partner Integrations. And I'll go with Shopify, but if you use WooCommerce, etc., you can use them as well. Then click Connect Account. And this is the data set we just created, so click Next. Then we're going to go to Shopify. And here's my store, so you just click on your store. And that's asking to install the app. So the app is installed on Shopify, but now we're going to connect our actual Facebook account, so click Account. Okay, then we're going to click what store we want. So I have a couple stores. I want this one for Paulson t-shirts. And it's asking what kind of information do we want to share. Essentially, you want maximum. If you look down, this is all the information it's going to share. So most of the time, the most personal stuff is giving you the customer's name, email, phone number, address. That's being brought over from Facebook. If you don't want to include this information, you could go down to like Enhanced, and it's one that gets rid of the phone number. But I recommend do it in the maximum. Okay, so next up is we connect that data set we just created, agree, and then submit for review. This takes a couple of minutes, so I'm going to just speed it up and move on to the next step. Okay, once it's all set, it tells you you're all good to go. We're going to go back to Facebook. And we're going to click Next. So this is where we're going to paste in our website from our store. So you just go back to Shopify and see this little eyeball. You can click on that. Use the store. And you get this URL here to copy it. Then paste it. Click Send Test Traffic. So we just want to play around with our website to make sure things are working. So if you go to your products, click on one, add it to your cart, give you the checkout. Basically, you just want to tell Facebook, hey, I'm doing stuff for my website. Is the bridge we created working? Eventually it will work. So you can just go back to Facebook. So back in Facebook, after a couple of clicking around, mine took like 2 to 3 minutes to actually stay active of playing around. So it might take about the same for you, but once it's active, click Next. You don't need this. If you want, you can just read the information, see if it applies to you, but I don't think it's necessary. So we can create our ad or just finish. Since this video is about creating an ad, let's go ahead and click Create Ad. So this brings us to the Meta Business Suite. And what we want to do is click Ads Manager and go to Campaigns. If you're brand new to Facebook pages and business, you're going to see the screen here. If you don't see the screen, that means you're ready to start a campaign. So you can skip ahead to this timestamp. If we don't have an ad account, I'm going to walk you through the steps now. If you click Go to Business Settings, and it should bring you to this page here. We'll click Add at the top, and we're going to click Create a New Account. And I can't do that because I already have one. But these are steps. We'll click that Create a New Account. We'll enter our ad account info, which is just our account name, whatever you want to be, your time zone, and our currency. Then you select what business profile. You'll probably only have one, so you select the business it's going to, and you click create. And that's it. You're all set. If you have to assign anybody like yourself to it, just click assign. And once you're all set, it'll bring you back to this page here, and we go to the left and click Ads Manager, quick campaigns. So we're back to the Ads Manager, and the whole purpose of the ads is create campaigns. Before I create a campaign, though, I want to point out the hierarchy of how campaigns work. As you can see, there's 3 tabs. There's campaigns, ad sets, and ads. Now on the screen here, I'm showing how they look visually, where the campaign is about the product. So every campaign is going to be about one product. And for me, on this example, I'm going to use a unisex t-shirt. And then you could do different ad sets. So this t-shirt could be sold to men and women. So I'm going to create different ads for men and women. So within the men's target audience ad, I'm going to have a summer version and a sports version. So one ad will be all about summer to get guys who are interested in summer to buy it, and guys who are interested in sports to buy a t-shirt. We can create an ad for them. So first up, we're going to create this campaign here, and that's where we're going to set the budget as well. So let's get started. In the Ads Manager, what you do is go to create, and it's asking us what our objective is. Most of the time it's going to be sales, unless any of these fit for your objective, but I think you're probably going to want sales, so we'll click on that one, click continue. And it just tells us everything's more automated, so you can click OK if that pops up. So now we're in the campaign area, and we want to create a name. So I usually like to put what my campaign is all about. So this is for the unisex t-shirt. And if you want to keep track of it when you created it. So the date and month. Campaign details you can skip. The Advantage Catalog, this is where they pull information from your website or your store. So it could be pictures and words. It's not that great, so I recommend leaving it off. For budget, this is where it sets one budget for all your ads. And remember, I have different ad sets. So you could have one budget, say $100, and that'll be split between the men's version and the woman's version of my example. I wanted to do all the work for me, so I'm going to leave it on campaign budget. Next up is the daily budget. And the lowest I'd ever recommend going is $20. You can go to $10, but you can't go any lower than that. Otherwise, you're not going to get really any kind of results. $20, I would recommend going the lowest. So for the maximum, you can put the maximum of money you're able to lose without affecting your business. So how much should you spend? That's what the answer is. How much are you willing to lose without affecting you? Another thing to keep in mind is, even though we're saying $20 as a daily budget, that's just going to be the average. So $20 times 7 days a week is a total of $140. And what that means is the maximum over that week it's going to spend is $140. But per day, the average will only be $20. So one day, it might actually spend $35, and the next day, less than $20 to average it out. For A/B testing, that's just where we create 2 different ads and test which one's better. Turn that off if you want to just do it yourself. That's what we're going to do in this example. So we'll be doing that manually, so we don't have to have it on. Next down is special ad categories. That's if you do finance, employment, housing, social interests, etc. Those are things that are federally regulated, and you just have to declare that's what you're advertising for. We're not doing that. We're just doing clothing, so we're going to click next. Okay, so now we are on the ad set part. Okay, look at a hierarchy. That means we're doing the who of our ads. So we're going to do everything based on the target audience for men. For the ad set name, we're doing our ad set for men that are ones for women. So we're just going to name this men. Website conversion is already pre-filled out because we connected our Shopify account. We want to have it maximize the number of clicks. Promoted products, if this is getting grab it from our website, we don't want them to do that. So we're going to just leave it the way it is. Budget, we did that at the campaign level when we set up the previous page. So we're going to move on from there. audiences, regulate it the way it is. But if you want to limit who is being advertised to, you can change that with these extra controls. And for placements, you leave it the way it is. But if you want to limit, say you don't want to show us on Facebook or Instagram or their partner networks, you could do that as well. But I'm going to keep everything the way it is, keep it nice and simple, and click next. Now we're on the third level, which is this one here. This is where we're creating the actual ad. So it's called ad copy. This will be a video, a picture, etc. And again, for the name, so like for me, I'm using a unisex t-shirt. And for the specific ad, since we're doing 2 of them, this one's a summer one. So I could just do summer. Okay. So as you can see, it's saying that I don't have an Instagram account set up for it. That's fine. If you have one, go ahead and connect it. So we're going to keep scrolling. We're going to keep this on manual because we're going to create our own ad. If I get on doing either flexible or single, flexible changes the format based on what is working the best. I recommend just staying simple and doing a single image or video. This way you could see which one works best and use your own analysis to figure out, okay, this image is working. I'm going to keep continuing to use this image. If it's not working, you want to know that, so you'll change it. So I recommend just staying simple and going single, but flexible is fine too. Okay. All right, so the first thing is they want to know what the website URL is. You don't want it to be your main homepage. What you want to do is go to, like for me, I'm having this actual unisex classic tee. So I'm going to grab this URL here, copy it, and paste it there. As you can see, it's a pretty ugly looking website. Okay, so I want to zoom in for you guys. So as you can see, it looks really ugly because I didn't update my Shopify URL yet because this is a test account. But it looks pretty bad, right? So over here, so I'm going to type in a better looking one here. And as you can see, the bold one still doesn't look good, but at least this one here looks a little bit better. As long as you would update your Shopify URL so it doesn't look ugly like mine do. I do go over that in my Shopify video. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It shows you how to update that. But moving on, we're going to do browser add-ons. We're going to just leave this alone. Skip all this. So now we want to actually add a video or image. So we go setup creative, click image add. So on this first page, we're just going to click next. Okay, so click upload and you're going to find the photos you want to add. And then you click on them, click next. So this is how they're all going to look. You want to change this one 9:6 seated. And this one, so this will be on square. That'll be for Facebook's desktop. Vertical will be for Instagram and the phone. So click next. So the primary text is going to be the first thing somebody sees, and you want to make it a good hook. So if you're selling t-shirts, you can just figure out primary text be like 10% off client's shirt. And like I said, I'm doing more of a summer one for this ad. So we'll do summer shirt. And now they're doing all this ad AI stuff. You can just ignore it if you really want to. You can use any things they recommend. I don't like it. Up next, the headline. This is basically just more of the hook, and it's bolded. It's what's below the image or video. So again, you could just do the 10% off again. And the description, this is more describing what it is. So you could say, size is small to medium, to extra large. Quick. And then call to action. Where is buy now? That's what we want. Shop now. Order now. Like that way. Click next. So these are images. So they added some backgrounds for us, which is pretty close. So I'm going to click this one. Click accept. And if you want overlays, we could do that. I like that one. That's pretty cool. So do add overlays, clicked on. So now you can see on the right, this is our ad, and the bold was down there, and that was the headline. And you could see all the different kind of looks of it. So as you see, this one here is, I believe, Instagram, and it doesn't have all the information. So that's why it's very important to have your hook be the first thing, almost anything people see. Yes, I just want to reiterate for Instagram. So since Instagram always sees a primary text, you want that to be the hook that gets somebody to click on your ad. And then when you're all set, click publish. And that's it. You're all set with your first ad. So while we're here, as I mentioned, we're doing different ads, one for men's summer and one for men's sports. So instead of doing all this work over again, what you can do is checkmark the one you want to duplicate and click duplicate. And this will pre-fill almost all the information so that you can just change the information you need to, and it'll save you so much time. Other than that, though, this is the main dashboard. And once you're running ads, you probably want to see how you're doing. So you should go up to As Reporting on the left-hand side. And once your ads are running, you can see exactly how they're doing. So it has a campaign name. That's why naming is important with the ad set. And this tells you how many people it's reaching, how many people are viewing it, the frequency of how many times they're seeing it. If you want anything else, you can add more stuff down here. I would recommend doing some metrics. And you could do like your cost per click, link clicks if you want, and your cost per 1,000 impressions. This will help you gauge how well you're doing with your ads and how much they're costing you for how many, impressions and stuff like that you're getting. The most important thing, though, is checking this every week because your ads run on that daily budget on a weekly schedule, right? So at the end of every week, you'll see what's not working. And what you want to do is get rid of the ones that are not working and create a new one and test that against the one that is working. This way, eventually, you'll have the perfect ad that just works on full blast. It's getting all the clicks and it's creating all the sales on your store. Google Ads are also a top tier ad performer that'll get you the customers you want. And I walk you how to use them in this video here. But other than that, go ahead and like this video if I was able to help you today. Thank you for watching. Best of luck.